Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to talk about another Valorant competitive ruling, which is also related to Valorant Game Changers, which is the female scene over there in Valorant. This one relates to a player named Eula. She's a relatively unknown Valorant player, but Valorant has made a competitive ruling against her. And for the context, here is the TLDR actually, just so you can give like a little timeline of what happened. So Emma, Eula, Matty was found to have repeatedly queued together into competitive alongside players on purchase accounts with intentionally tanked MMR. Eula violated the Valorant global policies in terms of service by manipulating competitive MMR in order to play lower MMR opponents and easily gain rank rating. Consequently, Eula is banned from any association or affiliation with the team in a riot-sanctioned competition for 3 months, beginning from the date of the latest violation to September 13th, 2022. So that's going to be a pretty long time of no competitiveness, but she is relatively unknown. So yeah, I mean, I searched up, I think, on VLR and Wikipedia, and I think she like played for like I'm gonna say like a tier 3 Game Changers team. So she's not that well known, but this is still pretty big. Context. All Valorant players must abide to the Riot Games Terms of Service, the TOS, Section 7 of the TOS, which highlights any activity intended to boost an account status or rank as an activity that may warrant disciplinary measures. Valorant players and coaches involved in Riot sanctioned leagues must also abide by Section 7 of the Valorant Champions Tour global competition policy, which prohibits all behavior designed to circumvent fair matchmaking rules of the competitive mode in order to increase an amount's rating. Prohibited behavior includes intentionally queuing up with accounts with intentionally tanked MMR in order to gain rating and lower MMR matches. And here is the timeline. The timeline is very big, like it should be, so let's just read this together. I'm gonna read it so you can listen to it. All registered VCT Game Changers competitors are subject to an anti-cheat scan. Eula's accounts were flagged for suspicious activity. Upon further review, anti-cheat found a number of games in which Eula queued together with 4 other players, 3 of whom were on purchase accounts. These purchase accounts had played several unrated games with 0 kills and 0 deaths to farm XP, and then had intentionally tanked multiple competitive games to reach very low MMR. Eula and their remaining players stayed on their high MMR accounts. The group queued together in order to give the 2 highly rated accounts dramatically easier matches in multiple instances over multiple days. With the latest events on June 13th, 2022. The 2 players, including Eula, on highly rated accounts, gained around 200 to 300 rank rating, or RR for short, as a result of MMR manipulation. As part of an actioning wave, the purchase low MMR accounts were permanently banned. The high MMR accounts that queued together with the purchase accounts are administered a ban for 1 year from the last instance of MMR manipulation. During the course of investigation, we reviewed 1. Extensive screenshots of the alleged violation and of correspondence between the accused, and 2. Direct evidence of Riot anti-cheat revealing matchmaking manipulation. Additionally, we conducted interviews with involved parties, including Eula, who was forthcoming about the allegations levied against her. The ruling. Emma, Eula, Matty intentionally and repeatedly queued together alongside purchase accounts with tanked MMR in order to gain rank rating. This violation of Rule 7.2.9 of the Valorant Champions Tour global competition policy and Section 7.1 of the Riot Games Terms of Service. Eula is banned from any association or affiliation with the team in a Riot-sanctioned competition for 3 months, beginning from the date of the latest violation on September 13th, 2022. So basically, it will be from, what did it say, June 13th, 2022, and it will end at September 13th, 2022. It's only like 2 months. well, yeah, 3 months, yeah, June, July, August. Oh, actually, I think it starts today. I think, I'm not too sure. But yeah, relevant rules. And here are the two relevant rules that they were talking about in the ruling. For the Valorant Champions Tour global competition policy, it's called section 7.2.9, which is called prohibited matchmaking ranking/rating boosting behavior that circumvents the matchmaking rules of the Valorant competitive matchmaking mode in order to increase the matchmaking rank rating (MMR) of a player's account or Riot ID. And the Riot Games Terms of Service (TOS), which is called section 7.1. The following are examples of behavior that warrants disciplinary measures. The 14th reason is playing on another person's account or otherwise engaging in activity intended to boost an account status or rank. So this is pretty big. This is basically another example of boosting. But this is, I mean, rating boosting. This is just an example of, and obviously, Riot is tried to put a stop of it, mainly on smurfing. By this latest patch, which will only have in North America, which basically means if you're a new player, you will play with players who has a similar skill diff to you, like a very similar skill, yeah, mainly skill to you. So if it's like, I don't know, like an immortal player, they'll mainly play with immortals. If it's like a gold player, they'll mainly play with gold players or even plat players or silver players. It really depends though. So I don't know if that's gonna help. I think that might be even worse for new players, but we just have to wait and see what the result is. But that's really about it for me. Obviously, this is the competitive ruling for eula, who is a Valorant Game Changers player. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.